Now we are ready to enter the dust-free workshop. Before entering this room, we need to dress ourselves with cleaning clothes and hat to avoid the dust on your body ruining the room. And the engineer here is preparing the clothes for us. Okay, now we are going to the dust-free workshop. After wearing the cleaning clothes, we have to step on the pad with water to keep the dust on your feet outside of the room. And you need to grab an anti-static wrist strap to release the static on your body. And the next step is to enter an air shower room to blow away the dust on your body. Now we are at the dust-free plant. It is not just dust-free. They need to keep the temperature and the humidity stable as well to protect the circuit board. The dust-free room is mainly for the circuit board, not for the plastic parts, so the plastic parts can be manufactured outside, and the circuit board has to be made and installed in the dust-free plant. This is an assembly line of combination switch. You can see there is a plastic wrapped on the handle of switch. This is to protect the handle from the fingerprints. In many steps during assembling the combination switch, they have to add the lubricant oil because we use the combination switch so many times every day. Without the lubricant oil, the brass in the parts will be scratched away fast, and this will largely reduce the lifespan of product. The last step is testing. The lady here is testing every function of this switch to see if it works good. All processes in assembling the parts are performed softly and carefully to protect the parts from getting damaged. They are working so good. Here is the accessories storage place. They are placed well in each box, and there are many yellow balls in the shelf to help moving the box easily. Now we are going to the SMT Workshop. This is Dyson solder paste printer. The function is to have the solder paste in the circuit board. The solder paste is for connecting the circuit board with electronic components like resistors and capacitors. Here is a candy belt to send the circuit board to the next process, surface mounting. The sanding process has to be very stable and accurate, or it will ruin the surface mounting process in the next step. The components will be mounted to the wrong place. Here are many components in the band listed here one by one. As you can see, the machine will take the components in the band and solder them in the circuit board. There are two machines here. One is for some small components, and the second one is for large size components. This process is called reflow soldering. Before this process, the tin in the circuit board is solid fluid state, and with this reflow soldering, it can turn the tin to solid state and fix the electronic components and chips in the circuit board tightly. There are 5 areas in this machine, and the temperature are all different. In the last process, the temperature will be about 455 Fahrenheit degree, and the tin will turn to solid status. As you can see here, the tin was wet in the beginning, and with this reflow soldering, now it is solid. The SMT line can manufacture about 20,000 pieces of circuit board every day. Normally, some small switch factory will ask a third party to manufacture the circuit board for them. While a factory like this with large production demand, they can make the circuit board by themselves. Here is another line of installing other components in the circuit board. And these components cannot be installed by machine. It needs to be installed by human. These ladies insert some components in the circuit board. Then, the circuit board will be sent to another soldering machine, which is working wave soldering. There are 3 temperature zones in the wave soldering machine. Here is the melted tin with temperature of 500 Fahrenheit degree, and the machine will make the melted tin rolling in the plate, and the circuit board will be sent to the upside surface of this melted rolling tin, and have the tin adhere to the circuit board from downside and fasten the human inserted components in the circuit board. It's very important to set the height of circuit board can be built and the machine accurate, because the rolling tin cannot submerge the total circuit board, and it has to touch the downside of the circuit board. The circuit board is installed in this kind of blackboard to keep it in the right place, and some place in the circuit board will be protected well in the blackboard. Here you can see, it's just exposed where needed to be soldered, and the rest will be covered by the blackboard. The tin is rolling like this in the machine, and soldered in the circuit board. So why these green plates are not soldered with tin, and they are not protected as well? Because this plate is insulative, and the tin cannot stick in these areas.
然后这边的话就会就针对它针对这个焊接的效果进行一个检查，比如说有连焊的，这边就会进行手动把它处理掉，处理掉。
Okay, here they are installing the circuit board in the shell box. This is another automatic soldering machine to solder other kinds of components in the circuit board. We used to solder by human labor, while this is slow and not accurate. Now we are changing to machine soldering. They just need to insert the components into the circuit board, and there is also a fixture for them to keep the circuit board in the right place. And press the button, the fixture will be sent forward and the soldering machine start working. There is a fan over there to blow the smoke made by the soldering process to the black pipe here to avoid the smoke polluting the dust-free workshop. But we have to admit there is still some smoke is not sucked up, and they are working on this problem now. This position is for repairing some defective parts that still can be repaired. Like some components is not working, they will replace it with a new component and test it again. Now we are going to a testing place. This is a signal masking room, and the people here are not allowed to bring phone with them, because the signal made by phone will affect the signal sent by the product. Normally this room is for key and remote control system, because when you press the button in the remote control key, they will send a signal to the remote control box, and the phone signal will have an interfere effect with this signal. And if the room's door is not closed tightly, the key in this room can control the remote system in another room. Now we are going to see the assembly line of power window switch. This is the center base of power window switch. And the lady here is adding some lubricant oil into the accessories and install brass and spring in the plastic case. The next step is to install the center base in the top case. And then, the next position will install the circuit board. At this position, soldering the circuit board with some plug. The last one is to install the button case of window switch and do the test job. There are some clips in the plastic parts, so that different plastic parts can be connected together by these clips. This is a testing machine, a digital display, much better than the one I used in the last video, and this lady is testing faster and more proficient than me.